We all have regrets. Sometimes people say they don't, which is a lie, and I hope they instantly regret it. But we are stupid, that's the truth. All of us. We do dumb stuff, and then we gotta deal with it. It's called life. It's a bit different when you have something inked onto your body, though, because without some serious surgery, that ain't going anywhere. So I'm Simon from WhatCulture. Please do subscribe. This is 10 Tattoos Wrestlers Totally Regret. Number 10, Batista's Cement Heart. Dave Batista is an excellent human. Just follow him on social media to find out why, and no, don't ask him about his penis. If you know, you know, and if you don't worry about it. You can just think I'm weird. He is smashing it too, though, not his penis, given he's now a successful actor. And while the animal has said he doesn't regret any of the tattoos he still has, he did tell Today Online he made one mistake when he got his ass drawn on. Blaming it on his youth, and we've all been there, he picked this spot because his dad was less likely to see it, and yes, he picked a cement heart, whatever that means. You'd often hear the odd story when a fellow wrestler spied his butt in the showers, and in 2007 he just went and got the thing covered up. So that's the way to do it. Gone and done. Number 9, Paige's hand tattoos. After being forced into retirement, Paige revealed a pair of odd tattoos. Forgive my language, but on one hand she had talk shit, and on the other it said, get bit. I mean, it's good life advice, but I'm not sure you want to have that being thrown out there constantly. Paige agreed and later told TMZ Sports that she was planning to get them removed, especially as she wanted to try and get into acting, so yes, that's a good idea. Some said this may have been a spot of rebellion given she was having to deal with the end of her wrestling career, and I can understand that. Paige was so young, that must have been so tough, and it probably still is. Thankfully, this can be lasered back into non-existence and will definitely open up more doors, unless somebody makes a movie called Talk Shit to Get Bit, then you're just a walking marketing board. Number 8, CM Punk's Pepsi logo. It is crazy how many stories there are about CM Punk's Pepsi tattoo. It has had whole articles dedicated to it, so you can't really say it was a terrible decision. People talk that much and you've done something right. Apparently inspired by Minor Threat's Brian Baker, who had the Coca-Cola logo inked onto his body, Punk decided he would balance the books and have this one on his left shoulder. It has grown since then with others surrounding it, although these days Punk says he doesn't even drink it anymore, so maybe this just serves as a nice memory instead. Given how Punk lives his life, I'm gonna say he doesn't regret it at all, especially because it's a good conversation starter. So go out there and be free, kids, but don't do the swear words. That's always problematic. Number 7, Brock Lesnar's chest sword. I mean, it ain't great. The best thing about it is that it does tie directly into his departure from WWE. Written about in Brock Lesnar's book released in 2011, the Beast got this done shortly after he left in 2004 due to the subsequent lawsuit. For you see, Vince McMahon tried to stop him wrestling anywhere else, and as this felt like a sword to his throat, well, that's all I need to tell you, the rest is obvious. Why you then have to get a massive blade scribbled on you, I don't know, but this was about defiance, so maybe that was it. At first, it really did light up the internet too, because it looked so weird, but zoom forward to today, and no one cares. You just get used to it, and no, I can hear you saying it, it does not look like a dick. I didn't want to bring it up, but somebody would have done it in the comments anyway. Number 6, Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo. Right, let's get to arguing, because I didn't want to put this in here, but rightfully so. If I don't, people are going to kick off. Because much like Punk's, the American Nightmare logo has received so much press, a wannabe celebrity would be envious. The reaction when he revealed it, incredible, like somebody had died. It's got us so nuts we get into debates about whether it's real or not, but it is. Cody felt so passionate about his brand, he wanted it as close to his face as possible, and while I personally wouldn't do it, good for him. The dude is an inspiration as far as I'm concerned. He is living every single one of his dreams. Some say the regret will come when he's older, but why on earth do you care about that? And no, we don't know what Brandy thinks about it. That's another weird offshoot of this. I'm sure if she was really against it, they'd have come to some sort of agreement. Why are we even talking about this? More recently, there was uproar as somebody dug up an old WWE magazine article where Rhodes said he wouldn't get a tattoo. So here is some breaking news. People change their minds. Big if true. Number 5, Hulk Hogan is immortal. We rarely see this because Hulk Hogan likes to keep his top on these days, but yep, well into the second part of his life, the Hulkster was so enamored with his nickname, he had it splashed across his back and shoulders. You can joke he did this as it was also the name of the group he was in when he was in TNA, but come on now, it wasn't. Hopefully. It's hard to prove that as he did do this in 2011, and it does look like it's straight off a new metal album from 1999. Would have probably contained a song called Sharpened Tools. I saw someone compare it to something you get in GTA the other day, which was the call of the year, and if you want to say this was a midlife crisis, sure, maybe. Thing is, we're all going to go through that, so let's tread carefully. You may end up getting smooth lava on your forehead, and trust me, that is going to be a lot worse. Number 4, Kevin Owens and his Brahma bull. Now, Kevin Owens is happy with his bull tattoo, but the reason he may regret it is because a lot of people think it's a tribute to The Rock. It is not. It should be obvious as they're not actually that similar, and KO's is actually of the Taurus, as that's his star sign. There was a time where this was blindingly clear, but for the past few years, Owens has tattooed himself out with loads, also covering his animal friend. Here is a story for you though, as we have arrived here. I have a very good buddy who did get a Brahma bull tattoo because he loved the Great One as a kid, and today, he hates himself for it. So there you go. Don't make snap decisions. Your future self is gonna be mad. Number 3, Braun Strowman's Superman tattoo. I mean, could any of us actually say anything? I was seconds away from getting the bat symbol on my back when I was 18 years old. I didn't, but I was so close you wouldn't believe. With that in mind, Braun's Superman one isn't that bad at all. There is a tie-in as Strowman got this when he was 17 and admitted it was another snap decision, and I suppose the regret is based on the fact that when he was in WWE, his nickname was the Monster Among Men. Surely it should have been Superman. The best part is WWE couldn't include this on any action figure because DC would have sued their ass or asked for a lot of money. Copyright is a very real thing and you can't just do that stuff. Also, just think of how many individuals do have a Superman tattoo. If anything, it's a little bit boring. Number 2, Bron Breakker loves Goldberg. So this is where the inspiration for this list came from, because recently young up-and-comer Bron Breakker said during an interview with Ryan Satin that he regrets his tribal tattoo on his arm because, yes, he got it thanks to Goldberg. Now, I don't mean that Bill found him and dragged him into a shop, but he did have that tribal barbed wire thing on his arm. Because he was so damn cool in the late 90s, everybody wanted to be like him. Breakker didn't even try and pretend that he wasn't part of this either, because this was a nod to someone he looked up to when he was a boy. Bron is so done with it, he also said he will get it covered up one day, and maybe he could do this using the face of Bill Goldberg, just to really confuse everyone. I'd love it. Number 1, The Undertaker's old neck tattoo. Well, this is always a risk, isn't it? For those who don't know, The Undertaker used to have the name Sarah on his throat, and he didn't do this because he thought it was fun. It was a tribute to his then-wife Sarah. The key word there is then, because indeed, they got divorced. Oh no. This happened in 2007, and after the dead man started dating Michelle McCool, I would assume that neither of them were happy about this, so how could you? This meant he had to get it removed, and this is where it gets crazy, because 1, it must have hurt like hell to get it to begin with, but 2, he got it covered up. Can you imagine that pain? It must have sucked. So while this was a lovely gesture, maybe learn from the Phenom. Just go and buy your significant other some flowers or something, and if they want you to be branded, well, just go find someone else. Know of any other tattoos that wrestlers may regret? Make sure you let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Then head on over to WhatCulture.com where you can read articles like this with your eyes. Make sure you follow us on social media at WhatCulture WWE or at Simon316. And we do have other videos. Why don't you go listen to one? My name is Simon from WhatCulture. I appreciate you stopping by, and of course, as a secret extra comment bit, why don't you let us know what tattoos you've got that you regret, and we can all point and laugh. We won't do that, we'll hug you and we'll understand. Probably not. It is the internet.